So I have 3 days to make 5 gallons of my Plastoline gasoline alternative made from plastic waste. Why? Well, because I have a very exciting collaboration coming. We're gonna run a beautiful vintage car off of this fuel. There's a lot of work to do. Let's get started. Wait. Much better. Much safer. Let's make this fuel, baby, from plastic waste. I got a gallon of Plastoline, fuel made from plastic waste.
Let the wolves out, I've been a dog. Get the fuck out my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no time.
Parker Edmondson, Dr. Parkenstein. Rumor has it, I heard it from the mountains, that you have a vintage vehicle. And I make a gasoline alternative from plastic waste, Plastoline. And I would like to put this inside of your vehicle, your beautiful vintage vehicle, and see if indeed plastic is able to make a viable fuel for engines, old and new. This Sunday at 4 p.m. CST, live in Texas, you will see us put this in his car, and we will see what it would do. Join. Be there. Thank you guys so much for the love on the latest video. 300,000 views is crazy. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. But we got merch for this upcoming collaboration. Get your hands on some merch. Naturejab and Dr. Parkenstein. Get it. Go to naturejab.com/merch. Also, I gotta thank all the Patreon members. Thank you guys so much. We got a few new Patreon members, a part of the tribe here. We have a whole bunch of new Pyrolysis tribe members on YouTube. You can become a member on YouTube as well to support this project. Once again, big love to all you guys. Thank you so much. For the record, just so you can see, look, I'm opening the valve. There's no gas in here. No gas inside of it already. I mean, it feels like a decent amount in there. And there's a good fuel tank right here, so this will not give me issues on the road. I gotta take a moment to thank you guys so much for all your donations, super chats, GoFundMe, Cash App, everything. Thanks to you guys and your donations, I've been able to get a much stronger vacuum loading system for the reactor. So this is the setup here. Shop vac, vortex catcher, with a little screen to stop plastic from going all the way back, and then suction down here. And here are the stats on the vacuum itself. Once again, thank you guys so much. This is a huge upgrade to the process. And speaking of super chats and donations, I gotta thank you guys again for all your super chats, donations, etc. Because as I said last episode, I got a $3,000 plastic shredder, a double shaft plastic shredder at that. And you don't have to ask Diddy to know that 2 shafts are always better than 1. And so this thing is amazing. I ended up loading it in my van, transporting it around like a G. I didn't think that was even going to be possible or work, but it did. I literally loaded it in the car by myself, unloaded it by myself, and even moved this old plastic shredder out by myself. And man, this stuff is such a pain, especially this old plastic shredder. It has wheels, but they barely even worked well even on concrete, let alone some gravel. So it was just a matter of tussling my tits between the clips of gravel here, and well, I had to make it work. And a lot of people are like, get a dolly. I think just having multiple men is the best way to do this, because you know, I used a dolly before and it snapped the ratchet straps, so I made it work. Why? Well, because I had music. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only little snippet you're gonna get, so I don't get copyright claimed, right? I already played enough music throughout this video, but you can see the full dance collages on any of my social medias or even YouTube shorts while you're here. But I had a lot of fun just dancing around the thing like a little monkey, like the monkey I am, and getting this thing transported about. So when it came to getting it out the box, it was actually quite a peculiar task, and you're gonna see why. Well, first of all, I want you to pay attention to something, right? Well, let's take a look at the shredder in the inside at first. It was packaged well, looked amazing. So much styrofoam, man. This styrofoam drove me crazy, like. But look, it says unpacking mode. Just pull it up. I unscrewed all the screws around the base, and there literally was no screw or nothing holding the wood to the base. But no matter how many times I tried to just slide it up or hit it up, it wouldn't work. So I tried to crowbar everything. I took my circular saw, cut straight down like we're Star Wars in this piece. I am your father. Diddy, Sean Combs, I'm your father. Or maybe that's not something to be so proud of, right? Well, anyways, that did the trick. And, oh, look at this beauty. This is the ultimate ASMR maker. This is the ASMRinator 3000. And like I told you, I got all that styrofoam from it that I'm, of course, shredding, and it's such a pain. I mean, like, look, it's shredding it amazing, and also trying not to take my fingers off, right? But look at all the freaking little styrofoam mini balls that go everywhere. I got that new vacuum from you guys, so it's gonna be great to get all this up. And I do end up getting it up, but Lord, it's just like, man, it almost feels like this stuff should be illegal. Like, we know what microplastics do. And yet we create these things. They get the tiniest little microplastic things just flinging everywhere, even when you snap it with your hand. It's almost like a war crime, right? Knowing that these things get in our fetuses, and most importantly in our testicles as us men, right? Our testicles ain't even safe. The most guarded treasure isn't even safe from microplastics. But anyways, like I said, this is the ASMRinator. I'm gonna have lots of fun with this, guys. But obviously, take a look at how messy this is.
Look, okay, so these are like really big shreds, really big. Those are not small. Put them in again, and then look, small chips that come out. Look, all right, we got a nut jar. You guys ready for some nuts? Let's see. Holy shit. Nuts, put nuts everywhere, man. I just got nut all over me. Pause. Just got nut all over me. All right, let's try that again. All right, we'll do the lid first. You said put somebody's hand. Man, this thing will eat your hand so quick. I've never been able to bog this down so far. Look. God damn. Shoots. This is actually a projectile. It's making projectiles. Holy shit. Hey, I'm trying to stay safe. Look. Oh, shoot. Look. So it has a reverse. It got a reverse on it. You see, it finally bogged down a little bit. Finally. And I got the reverse in this mother. Like, look at this. This thing has a reverse. And now, it eats it up like nothing. So, guys, indeed, we can confirm this machine is indeed straight because it could not handle nuts in its mouth. Imagine me putting my balls in this thing's mouth. It couldn't handle it, right? It couldn't handle those basic cashews. But hey, it was worth testing, all right? What a lovely day it is. I was spinning the blades, hoping to be, moving the shredded plastic forward inside the machine. I thought the last run I did was, a completed run, but it wasn't. I opened up the machine. The first thing I saw was this, letting me know, well, the run was not complete. To look at the carbon. Look back here at the blades, and I did not think this would even be possible with a rebar. I didn't think the rebar blades could bend and contort like that from the pressures of solidified plastic. Are you kidding me? And right now I'm kind of in a crunch where, well, I need to make as much oil as possible. And I don't really have time to repair these blades, so I'm kind of about to just say, fuck it, let's just freaking run it with the blades messed up.
Yeah, so you saw it there. I just got straight up unlucky. And this is not the end of my misfortune in this crazy goal I have before the end of the year to make this much fuel. I know 5 gallons doesn't sound like a lot, but you gotta remember, most refineries are the scale of like 10-story buildings, and my distiller is the size of a freaking crock pot with Jimmy Neutron pipes coming out of it, right? Stuffing the plastic in by hand is kind of satisfying and actually pretty easy, and then, the shredded plastic. Oh, man, I just love it. Especially compared to when I was loading in just full bits of plastic, man.
Oh, here's the thing, right? Of course, you know what they say, life happens. Well, I happen to life too, okay? And so when something happens, unfortunate, it's just unfortunate for anybody that didn't want me to succeed because, well, I'm going to make it work anyway, right? In the face of adversity, I've become innovative. So, not that it's all that innovative to just load plastic in through the front by hand. But, basically what happened was the blades got contorted because I was trying to spin them while there was still some solidified plastic residual chunks left in the machine, whatever. I thought it wouldn't happen because the blades are rebar and they're super, thick, but clearly the blades need a professional upgrade, so that'll be coming
next year.
Make haste. We get on with the run regardless. Your boy doesn't give not two beavers dams about some blades. And guys, you know what? The blades damaging or getting that contorted was crazy to me because this is rebar. I know rebar is pretty soft. It's not like hardened steel, but you know, the only thing that's stopping the blades like catching on them to make them over torque is literally hardened plastic formed all around them. So it's like hardened plastic outperformed rebar. So I did this run for 5 hours because, of course, doing shredded plastic, we can fit in way more plastic than when it's not shredded. So the normal run back then was 4 hours, but the normal run now is about 5 to 5.5 hours. Doing a full load of shredded plastic. Of course, this is with the blades not really operating properly, so kind of like using a blender with only 2 of the 4 blades on it. You can't really say it's a realistic run. But you see there, I pressed the button to spin the blades, so I am still spinning the blades in there, because about half the blades are damaged and just form that wall of cockblock triquetra gangbang scissoring. But then the other half in front of that are not an issue, and they're like normal blades, so all the plastic ahead of that bundle of nonsense will actually move and be agitated properly. And anyway, you can see the oil coming down through the sight glass. Looks good. Typical operations of the machine. And guys, I also learned, and I've been experimenting, but I really don't even need to have my recirculating water chiller on for most of the time. So I have the natural gas vapors being plumbed into these. I think it's literally like 5-6 tanks here, and you see we're at 220 psi.
All right. So we are about to get this thing started. Let me just get my my mask on, my respirator. So watch the line and watch the tank, and you'll see the oil. Let me see if I can put my headlamps mounted somewhere so there's more light. It's siphoning. It's flowing on its own right now.
So I got a gear oil pump. You know, last episode my fuel extraction pump broke, and my gear oil pump worked for a half of one run and then it broke too. But I also got this manual pump, and this works great. And I love it because even doing it by hand, it starts to siphon and sucks out the oil by itself. And I also can hook up compressed air to help even further. But spoiler alert, in the live stream, I don't have the video footage of it, but the air pumps just stopped. Like, it's still forming a vacuum and sucking, but for some reason it's not sucking the oil out the machine or the keg anymore. So like the last gallon of plastic crude oil I made is literally stuck in the keg. And like I said, guys, my misfortune doesn't stop here. Take a look at this problem I have now. We'll look at the natural gas flare flame coming off of this burner, and take a look at how the burner is getting more red and more hot than the actual distiller. So the natural gas flare flame is really burning inside of the burner. Now this is not an issue of it has too much air in the actual tanks, because otherwise it would travel back to the tanks and blow up. It's that the air-fuel mixture, or the stoichiometric ratio of this vapor, is just so weird that it literally is sucking in just enough air to literally cause a flame to be inside the burner. And that wastes so much of it, because of course most of the heat is going to heating up the freaking burner and not the distiller. So that wasted pretty much a whole distillation run. So now I have like 2 gallons of my plastic crude oil sat there in the distiller, loaded full of plastoline that is just stuck in that plastic crude oil form. And like I said, my misfortune does not end here. You will see I'll have even more issues on my quest to make 5 gallons. So anyways, this is the last run I did out there. You know, I was out there for 3 days and I did a total of 5 runs of the machine. Absolute hobo, Rambo, crazy stuff going on. Intense workload trying to meet my goals. And it's funny because I made probably close to 5 gallons. I made at least 3, but the issue has always been it got the oils are stuck in ways that are unrecoverable. Look, another freaking gallon going in the distiller. So you see, guys, I've already poured in 3 gallons. Now, on average, you're gonna get between a quarter. So if I pour in a gallon of the plastic crude oil, I'm gonna get either a quarter gallon of plastoline from that or a half a gallon. It depends on the type of plastic. But in short, I should be at least a minimum 2.5 gallons between all of this I poured in. But once again, I just kept having issues. So I then got the plastic mate natural gas product, the unnatural gas as I call it, from this run, and I will go ahead, light the burner, and you see, watch.
Lights bloody perfect. Like, why did it not light right the first time, or when that on that specific run's batch of the unnatural gas? But this run is working fine. So guys, please, I'm honestly, I'm stumped. I don't know. And the very last run I did of this, right? The very last run I did only on live stream. I compressed up to 250 psi of the unnatural gas product, and it's doing the same thing again, where it just burns weird. I don't know why that's happening, guys. If you could leave suggestions for me for why my pump. The pump that's not sucking out the oil is happening and why this is happening, I greatly appreciate it so I can troubleshoot over the holidays. You know, my work never ends, even on Christmas. I'll still be doing the freak-offs. I mean, I'll still be working on the machine, in my mind. So yeah, I did not meet my goals. I failed my goals by 5-fold, and I am a very goal-oriented person. I'm a very hard worker. I'm very perseverant. Even when things go wrong, I keep trying to make them right. This is crude LDPE early. This is crude LDPE oil. Earlier, we did a run inside of the plastic to fuel reactor of just LDPE plastic bags. This is the resulting oil. So we're going to put this in this distillation apparatus to go ahead and refine this out, get out the plastoline, the plastadiesel, and plastic kerosene products to send them out for analysis. So yes, guys, on top of making all these fuels, all this, you know, all the runs, the shredder and everything, I'm still doing my analysis. You know, I really appreciate you guys raising the 1500 so fast, and it's the least I can do to really pump these analysis runs out. So I'm still doing so many things at once, and I love it. You know, I love the workload. You know, it keeps me alive, you know. I'm grateful to be able to do anything at all, right? So anyways, you know, we put in the crude oil product, and this is LDPE, so it should be quite similar to HDPE. And for those of you that are not aware, the HDPE analysis did come back. Check out Mass Spec Everything on YouTube. Professor Benjamin Katz. He will go more into specifics, but anyway, LDPE is very similar to HDPE. They both are polyethylenes, only separated by density, really. So the results should be pretty similar, and we're going to see when I send these out to him. Now, he probably will not be able to get to these until the new year because he is a professor, and he works at the University of California, so, you know, it's the holidays. So don't expect these results until probably, I'd say, the mid or late January, but that's okay because by then I'll have my next samples going out. We'll be doing mixed plastic next, which is what I want to see the most because I don't really care about individual plastics, because I want this machine to be able to handle everything. Now, once again, for the diesel fraction, we had to make it an ultra short path distiller because it just does not want to come over. The diesel fraction started to solidify again, and notice how it's like that red color, the cherry red in the flask, but I go to cycle it up with the pipette and it becomes like a cloudy brown color. It is what it is, but here are the three samples. We got the crude oil on the left, the plastoline in the middle, the plastadiesel on the far right, where we're sending all these to Professor Benjamin Katz. Like I said, check out Mass Spec Everything on YouTube to see the last analysis, and I'll let you guys know when this is done. Thank you so much for watching, and Nature Jab out. Make sure you get some merch. Make sure you're there this Sunday, 4 p.m. CST, when we run these vehicles off of the Plastoline. Thank you guys so much for all your support and love. The last video went absolutely crazy. It's at like 300,000 views. I'm so happy, seriously. So thank you guys. And Merry Christmas. Don't let the ditties get ya.